Yo, 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 what's up? What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? We are ready for another live stream brought to you by yours truly, OCD Mikey Hi-Fi Guy. Another show. Good evening, Shane. Good to see you, brother. We will again let people chalk up in the queue here. And again, just open season. We'll do stream of consciousness. That seems to go pretty well. Anyways, I guess it is the anniversary of September 11th. So let's all give, a moment of heartfelt silence for the people that we lost on September 11th, all the first responders, all the people that lost their lives. And, that was a turning point in, it's almost like I feel like some of our, not childhood, but what's that word, naivete or something, your innocence, our innocence was taken at that point in many ways. I know not totally and all that, but so let's all pray for those spirits. Anyways, I just wanted to say something. 9 p.m. for you, 3 a.m. for me. Yeah, I know, man. That's tough. You have to rewatch it. Good evening, says Shane. Evening, Mikey. Evening, Tommy Clark. Tom Clark sent me some pretty kick-ass Grateful Dead. Remember, I did a live stream the other day. I was talking about a Dead show. Next thing I know, Tommy's sending me like digital recordings of the shows from that tour that I did, which is crazy. It was awesome. So I've got those recordings. Good morning, Alexander. Definitely remember where I was when that was happening. Yeah, I know. Good morning. Good evening, Steve DeHardy. Hey, Steve. How were the cookies? Oh, they're great, man. Oh, dude. That's an old recipe that doesn't use any flour. It's oats and butter, sugar, eggs. Very little sugar. It calls for a cup and 3/4, a cup of white sugar, 3/4 of brown sugar. I just used 1 cup of coconut palm sugar instead. So they turned out really good. I could show you some if you really want to. Good evening, Mike. We will never forget. That's right, Mark. You know it. Solemn day for sure. Yes, it was. Yes, that's right. The evil reveals itself. We pray for the families and the souls. Absolutely. What was in the more importantly inside the cookies? No peanut butter, bro. No, they're regular old cookies. A video for the other channel. Yes, in them. Yeah, I know what you're getting at, Shane. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Don't you guys have the toads down there? Father of Ring Honor in the house. Father of Ring of Honor in the house. There you go. You know it. Where you tuning in from, Audio Bliss? Wherefore art thou, Romeo? To Hardy, please don't show me your cookies. Uh-oh, they're in here. I see my cookies. I'll show you my oatmeals. Oh man, you don't want to see the oatmeal cookies. The toads. You know it, man. There is some toads down there. California likes to party. California. Hello, hello. What's up, Joe Cordone? Talk to Joseph today, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. I'm glad you could join. The Fiddleizer switch offers 2 power supply upgrades. Cool. I've got some too. We've got all kinds of good stuff down here, brother. Yeah. That's good. Hey, Mikey, you need a few CDs, buddy. I liked your video on green pen type stuff on CDs. Just spin. Yes. I've got a ton of CDs, man. It's just they're all sealed up and stored away. And I had to go into whatever was right in the closet, and all I had was a very slim selection. So I had to use Billy Joel and Stevie. And it's so funny, it's like the original master recordings or whatever. original master OMRs. No, they were called something else. Master, whatever. The gold discs, the MoFi gold disc things. They never do. It's so often it's the weird albums, man. It's like they don't get the common albums. They get these weird offshoot albums, which is always weird. Do you see it worth to spend cash on an Ethernet power supply? Yes, I do. It all helps, man. It all helps. As disturbing as it is. Next time down here, sushi on me. Where's down there, man? Where's there? Hit the like button and subscribe. Go for Hi-Fi Tribe as well. Thanks, Daniel. Smash that like button and subscribe. It helps. Uyghur. Hello, Birdie. What's going on, man? Welcome. Hello, Mike from Meaford, Ontario, Canada. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, brother. Shane says, I've got a really cool Japanese gold CD of Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, I've got a Japanese CD of The Wall. Supposedly, those Japanese CDs were great pressings. I have a handful of them. I used to work at a record store, and I used to get all these bootlegs and all sorts of really cool stuff. Hope everyone is well. Thanks, buddy. We are doing well. Okay, so let's talk about something audio. Should we talk about audio? What can we get into? Oh boy. I try and keep it. I'm trying to keep it like not dramatic. You know, every day I learn new things about crumb sucking dealers. And they must be desperate out there, man. I'm telling you, there's some desperate ass dealers out there. One guy using playback designs fraudulently. He has playback designs on his website. He doesn't even carry playback designs. In fact, the owner, the playback designs owner, doesn't even know who it is. This guy. I'm like, do you know blank diddy blank in blank diddy blank? And he's like, no, not at all. I'm like, dude, they're using the name of your company to bolster their credibility on their dealer page. So these guys are getting a cease and desist. They don't sell playback, and they're acting like they do, and they're using that to get other brands. So there's another brand that fell for it, they fell for it, and they gave him the brand, and now he's out discounting that brand and ruining the market for that brand. Just a bunch of dreck. What up, Tribe? What up, Divad? Who's playing the strat? Philo Callis. Sounds Greek. Hey, Mikey. So Angie from Canada and Paul McGowan both say that a good preamp does a lot for the sound in a system, even if the source is only digital. Yeah, it certainly can. There's no question that it can. It all depends on the output section of your DAC and how good it is, and then how you like things. Let's put it this way. Okay, so when they're talking about a preamp, if we're talking about, first of all, if your DAC does not have a volume control, then you need a preamp. So it doesn't even, so even if the source is only digital, if there's not a volume control, and it needs to be a good volume control worth the shit, not a digital volume control. If your DAC has just digital volume control, it's not going to beat a preamp. Okay, so imagine we've got a DAC going straight to the amp going straight to the speakers. Okay, if we put a preamp in between the DAC and the amp, we are adding coloration. Okay, you can't even argue that it's additive or not additive. It is absolutely additive, irrefutable. Okay, so it's not to say that that additive doesn't flavor the dish and make it more spicy or more sweet. You can flavor the dish, and that's what the preamp is used for. It flavors the dish. It's also used to switch between analog component, analog device, different analog sources, and between some, well, it's analog sources. A preamp switches only between analog sources. A DAC will switch between digital sources. So in the case of this, it all depends on how good your DAC output stage is. Now, the Playback Designs beats every DAC or every preamp that I've tried to put in between. I don't like it colored. And you got to understand, you're going to pay 25 grand, 25, 35, 45 grand to color your sound, to basically fix a shitty DAC output section. That's the way I look at it. If your DAC is not up to the job of being a good preamp, then you have to get a preamp. The Playback Designs has an analog DAC on analog preamp on it, and it replaces the preamp. Okay, for 30 grand, you get a world-class DAC that you can plug your phono into. Okay, there's very few of those, and as far as I know, DCS, MSB, none of those other guys do it. I don't even think Wadax does it. I don't think any of those $200,000 DACs that I know of have any analog inputs. Playback Designs does. So Playback Designs takes the cake, and it's the best DAC that I know of. Japanese transformers, some of the best. Some of the best iron, man. Very, very good. Hashimoto. What's the other one? James Hashimoto. Man, you're bringing me back, dude. It's been a while since I've been, concerned with what my interstage transformers, and depends what it is. An output transformer, you want a different one than your interstage transformer, and you want a different one than your power transformer. They're built different with better features depending on how you're building. I have an amp that has Hashimoto in the interstage, has a toroid as the power transformer, has a James as the output transformer, or the input transformer. I can't remember. It's a Western Electric 91A clone. Japanese transformers are the bomb usually. I enjoyed the videos about cleaning CDs, helps reduce errors. Yeah, it seems to make sense. It's a piece of plastic. It's got pores in it. This all makes sense. You squirt something on there that fills the pores, makes it smoother and clearer, and probably at the same time might clean mold release off. Maybe they already do that. I have no idea, but it seemed like I could hear a difference. Did you guys hear any difference? Goes well with the cool stuff we grow down here. I'll bet, man. Have you moved on from panel speakers? I am right in the middle of doing so, and the answer is yes. Panel speakers are great, except two things: dynamics, right, and distortion of the size of things in the soundstage. Yeah, that doesn't happen with my panels. I never got the giant oversized head thing. I think that is on how people make their panels, because I've got 7-foot tall panels that do absolutely correct size scaling. And they do have dynamics because they're rubber mounted surround, but typical like Magnapans are lacking in dynamics, and many of them are. So typically people put them with subwoofers, but now I have one box solution. Do I ever use RCA cables? I do not. I agree with Mikey about preamps. As long as the impedance matches, output voltage is sufficient, and the volume control is good, the preamp only adds more noise and distortion. Yep, and sometimes that noise and distortion can be good. I had a vacuum tube preamp, and I always used it, and it sounded great. It made everything sound better. And then when I put the Playback Designs in, I was like, oh my God, I could hear the fatness, the fuzz around the tubes. All of a sudden, it became painfully clear of the distortion. Many people, you will like distortion until you clean it up. And you can't totally, if it's all gone, then it's too sterile. But a little bit, it's like it's got to be used in small amounts. And therein lies the rub, is how to make your product where it doesn't have too much distortion, has just the right amount. Who do you go to for your acoustic carpet? What is the formal descriptive term for this type? There is no acoustic carpet. I don't use acoustic carpet. I use regular carpet. I use wool Berber. Our quad ESL 63 speakers is still considered one of the best as electrostaticos. Yes, they are. And I don't know if it's 57, 63s. I don't know exactly the numbers, but the way to do those things is you get them and you stack them. You invert one and put it on top. And then that's the way people do these things with the quads. That way otherwise you stand up and you stand right out of the image. Tango X-ray, 3 Tango X-ray, ready for takeoff. Hashimoto, oh, Tango, that's the other one. That's right. Tango transformers. Hashimoto, that's it, Mike. Expensive, awesome quality. You know it. Hello, Mikey. What's up, Fernando? I know that you are not an analog guy. I'm what do you think these are? These are master tapes. I am beyond an analog guy. I'm not a vinyl record guy. But I've got a huge analog collection, and it's better than records, but it's a pain in the ass. So, and we can only hear analog anyways. So but I hear what you're saying. I'm not a record guy. I'm not a turntable guy, but maybe somebody from the tribe can help. Any thoughts on Sutherland Phonopre's, especially the TZ Direct? Yes, that's right. Got no idea, man. Anybody want to comment for Nando on the Sutherland Phonopre? I've got nothing. Hey, Mikey, did you see Jay's cheap versus pricey speaker cables finale? No, man, I don't watch Jay's channel. Does Playback Designs have an entry level, less expensive level to get started with a volume control? 15 grand. And then if you can't do that, I've got the next one down is 5 grand. And I'm seeking a $10,000 DAC with volume control right now. I have a couple ideas, but I'll have a 2,500, a 5 grand, a 10 grand, a 15 grand, and then a 30 grand. So it doubles. Maybe I'll find a 20 at some point just to put something in the middle there. Balanced all the way. That's it. I have balanced all the way. Do the Fisher & Fisher have a panel sound? I haven't heard a box speaker that I can replace my 1.7i's with, preferably a smaller footprint. Yeah, they do, because they have open mid-ranges. On the back, there's a periodic tuned port, which allows the mid-range wave to go, the back wave to escape the box and reflect off that front wall. So it very much does have a wave. And it sounds like a panel speaker. It opens up the image, makes it very big, yet it has the grip and the dynamic of a dynamic woofer, of a dynamic driver, and it has the benefit of stone cabinets. So the slate makes it, you get this crazy mid bass that you definitely do not get in a panel speaker. So Fisher & Fisher is the giant killer, in my opinion. I think you had an aesthetics CD player. Is this manufacturer high-end or boutique? Both. It's high-end and boutique. I still have it. It's for sale, actually. Someone should buy it from me because it's a hell of a CD player, man. It's really good. And I could sell it at a great price. I'd sell it for like $4,500. And this thing is built like a brick shithouse. It's sweet. I will probably unpack it and show you guys and bring it out and feature it and then sell it to somebody. But it's a hell of a DAC. Mike, have you used isoacoustic stands or pucks? If so, are they worth the money? I have not, and I don't know. How long till we see your room, Mike? Months or weeks till we see the new room? Thanks. It'll be weeks. But to be safe, I'll say give it 30 days. I'd say 30 days. Jay just showed that $27 cables are better than Griffin cables of 100 times the price, and then went into convulsions to explain why his listeners were wrong. Can't make this shit up. So you're saying that everybody heard that the $27 cables are better? I mean, I saw a snippet of it, and it looked like the camera was off to the side, showing him. It wasn't even in front of it wasn't like, didn't look like it was microphoning. He was just commenting on what he heard, which is that does no good because he could just say whatever he wants. And then went into to explain why his listeners were wrong. I'll have to call you later and ask what you're talking about, man. I don't want to do it here. How much CD? How much CD? The hell does that mean, brother? Does it play SACD, the used CD player you mentioned? No, it does not. It's really not that important. Most SACDs have normal CD layers. There are very few things that play CD unless it's like a Denon DVD player. If SACD is so important to you, otherwise have some balls and get an esoteric. Don't you have an esoteric? I think you do, David. So your shit plays SACD. Esoteric might be what I buy for my $10,000 DAC. Might be what I offer. I need to look into it. I'm auditioning $10,000 DACs right now. Yes, I'll talk. CD player, CD. How much for the CD player? Oh, you're asking me $4,500, and it is in like new condition. It's black. It has a volume control on it. I'll tell you what, $4,000, $4,000, and I'll pay the shipping. How about that? See who's paying attention here. Let's move this puppy. It's an Aesthetics Romulus. Sweet piece. His listeners were in the hot seat and took notes. Okay. I still don't know what that means. For the Fisher & Fisher SN70, would I be able to easily integrate with the Sublime crossover and subs? Absolutely. You absolutely would. You might not even need to. I will be using the SN70s at Capital Audio Fest with no subs, just to prove my point. I have a SA10 as a transport. Okay, so I guess that's esoteric. Jay's Absurd Audio Channel. Yeah. Everybody has their own thing and their own audience, you know. So, you know, everybody has a different aim. You know, I have a different aim than everybody else. And then everybody kind of feeds their own viewers, you know. So I think it's working out for them. It looks like it is. Thrown in unboxing video. Oh yeah, of course, man. You gotta love my unboxing videos. I can do more of them. I've got such a funny concept of what I want to do. Oh, I don't know if I dare do it because it's so risque and it's kind of crude. But I think I need to do it anyways. I think I need to do it. It's I probably will. I can play SACD. It's called an MPT8. Yes, you can. Oh shit, you just reminded me. You just reminded me, and I don't even think I invoiced the guy. Gosh, look at that, man. I got $20,000 orders in here. Andreas, excuse me while I put my order in for an MPT8. Hi, Andreas. Please put me down for an MPT8 plus streamer. Thanks. Okay, sorry. Thanks, Shane. Shane reminded me that I needed to order that MPT8. I sold one yesterday, and I forgot that I needed to both invoice the guy and order it. Dude, how good? I'm not gonna even rub it. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna say. Things got to be pretty good when you're forgetting $20,000 orders. Mikey, I was on my computer watching and commented several times, but you didn't say anything. Can you see this comment? I can, Charles. Let me see. I'm going to go back, Charles, in there through all of them. And no, Charles, I don't see any of them. I just see the one that you, that's the first one, Charles. is right here. This is the one I have up. This is the very first one I see. So I can see this comment. And quite correct, Mikey. You can play SACD on just about all CD players. Okay. Yeah, right. With the 2-channel. Looks badass. I forgot what we were talking about. The aesthetics Romulus? It is a badass. Can anyone see my comments right now? Yes, we can, Charles. Do the unboxing evil vid, Mike, please. We need the laugh. Okay, you guys. If you want laughs, I can bring laughs, okay? I can bring laughs. What I worry about is that that people won't take me serious. I think you guys know me enough at this point where I can do some pretty risque shit. Like a year ago, you guys, I was in California when I had my long ass hair, and I was in California. We were at a hotel, and we were in a nice room, and it had this big clawfoot tub, this big tub. And I did a video for you guys in the freaking bathtub with freaking suds, and I'm blowing suds, and I had suds, and I'm naked in the bathtub. Of course, there's bubble bath in there. I gave you guys a video in the bubble bath. I was laughing my fucking ass off. I was laughing so hard doing this. My girlfriend could barely hold the camera. She was laughing so hard, and I didn't put it up. I'm like, I can't put it up, man. It's like people will think I'm a complete kook. They won't take me serious. But it was the funniest shit, man. The stuff I said and everything, and I had suds, and I'm blowing suds, and I'm in. Oh, dude, it was hilarious. I have my man titties all hanging. It was funny shit, dude. I love to do comic relief, and the concepts that we've had. You saw the 20 hertz titties, the titties in there, and in the woofer at 20 hertz shaking and jiggling. I mean, these are the kind of videos that I love to do because it's funny, and this shit is so stupid when people get so serious about it. It's like, dude, this is music, and why are you guys all so stodgy and uptight and like, you know, let me break this, and let me not just break the ice, let me shatter it and just, you know, go for broke because it's fun and people laugh, and I love to make people laugh. And at the idiocy of some of this shit, it's just you got to make fun of it. This industry is so ripe for making fun of. It's so I've thought of comic strips. I even went so far as making up a comic strip with comic book characters and a storyline for how stupid hi-fi is, and the characters, the know-it-all jackass, the what was it? It was the know-it-all jackass. It was the oh man, the arrogant prick. All the archetypes, right, of high that are involved with hi-fi, and they each, and we could have named them, and then make them interact and just make a comic out of it, a total parody of this shit, because you couldn't, it's so ripe for it, you know. So if there's any illustrators that want to be involved, look, we'll do it, man. I'll come up with the content. It's just I've got endless ideas for funny shit. Anyways. Have romantic bi-candle light box opening mic with classical music playing. Exactly, man. There you go. Risque and crude sounds perfect. Right? I have an Exagal Comet Plus and Sim Audio. I think it might be a good match with SN70. Something to finally replace the Maggies. Yeah, man, you're going to get a different now, the SN70 does not have the open back mid-range. This is a two-way, so it's got a tweeter and a woofer. But if you come to Capital Audio Fest, you'll hear the difference. It'll give you a more intimate, and man, we listen to them far away, and it still develops a big image. It's a great speaker, man. It's a great alternative, and you don't need subs. Augustine says, do you believe in the adage, the simpler and shorter the signal path, the better the sound? It depends on how elegant that circuit design is, okay? So just because it's a short signal path does not mean it's a well-designed circuit, okay? You know, there's evidence of that. So in other words, you could do a very simple circuit that has no negative feedback, let's say. If it's a noisy circuit, it's going to suck. And maybe you do a more complex circuit that has negative feedback and it doesn't have the noise. because you employ negative feedback, and it can sound better. So generally speaking, what you're talking about, the simpler and shorter path, is the purest approach, the purest audiophile, that just everything should be dual mono, should be dual power supplies. Everything should be split out into dual mono. You should have extremely short signal paths. You should have the amps right next to the speakers with very short speaker cables. All these kind of things. That's a purist type approach. It can work, but it's that is a lot of things, a lot of work, and a lot of mental stress than to just say, how does it sound, man? I've when I took that approach, how does it sound, and I gave up on all my super tweaky shit, the squirrel food, I was happier. I am happier. Have I tried LDR passive preamps? I have not. They sound like no other preamps. That's because they're not so pure and transparent. The only thing that is no good about a passive preamp is you have to have a powerful DAC output. If you don't, the signal, it's not going to be loud enough. You need to be able to, and for lack of a better term, blast through those passive components with some gain on the output of the DAC. You need to have some juice. In other words, preamps are meant to juice the signal, okay? So unless your DAC output or your preamp phono pre output, unless that has juice on the output, you're going to be underpowered with a passive. I've used passives to the point where you got to crank them all the way up to like 10 to get any sort of juice in your rig. And it's good because it keeps noise down, but it's not good because you don't get that punchy dynamic a lot of times. But they can be interesting. What's the difference between your AGD amplifiers? Which would power? I mean, that's such a broad statement. I need you to get more specific if you want a better answer. So what's the difference between my AGD amplifiers? The price. How's that? Get more specific and I'll give you a more specific answer. I'll split the commission with you, brother. There you go. On what are we selling? I'm losing it already. I'm losing what we're selling. I can't keep up. This is a good exercise though, I guess. Keep up with everything we're talking about. I'm gonna bring this in a little closer. I don't need this, I don't think. Right here. Put this over here. I can put this like this. That way I don't look like a little head in there. I don't look Betelgeuse. What are you setting up at Capital Audio Fest? I am setting up what I'm going to call the mini exotic. Okay, so that's what's coming for Capital Audio Fest. The mini exotic. It is going to be an exotic audio system that is $25,000 inclusive. So everything in it, and it will kick ass. It will be one of the best sounding rooms. And it's going to be only 25 grand. And I'm going to be like this to the industry. I'm going to give them the finger and show you guys how good that you don't need to spend the money. And you can have 6 sound. And I'm going to show you how much better 25 grand when you hand pick exotic components is better than 25 grand when you buy Chinese crap. Because you can easily do a $25,000 Chinese system. And this system will smoke it alive. And you'll have things that are unique. It's like buying a handcrafted watch. You can buy a Timex and you can make the argument it keeps the same time, but do you have any pride of ownership between that and a Gégé Lecoute? No, man. One is a hand-built, beautiful piece, So you make your choice with hi-fi, and watches is a great comparison because you either, it depends what you're after, man. And some of these audio systems, they're like handmade watches. Now I have to, what do I have to do? I lose it all. I forget these things. There's too much space in between this. Oh, now, Jerleni, Jojo, Jerleni, can you bring me a cookie? I'm going to show you guys the cookies I made just because. I've got my Costa Rican babe bringing the cookies. You guys never even seen my woman, have you? I don't bring her on. She gets too embarrassed. She doesn't want to come on the videos. Sooner or later. You'll see her if you come to the show. Maybe she'll be in Capital. I travel with her. But okay, I'm going to show the guys the cookies that I made. Okay, hand it over. Uh-oh, she's got a tank top on with no bra. Woohoo! Okay. Look at that puppy. Oh, how's that for a cookie, brothers? Does Mikey make some badass cookies? Hell yes. I'm going to even eat it. I'll show you a little way. That's a good ass cookie. It's got peanut butter in it. And it's got chocolate, the dark chocolate. It's got walnuts, and it has raisins. That you can't really taste them, but I like the raisins because it's chewy. Okay. Glad you're doing great, man. Thanks, Audio Tits. Cookies for kooks. You know it. Cuckoo could chew, baby. We know you have two sides, mate. Let them both run free. Uh-oh. You don't want to see the naughty guy. The naughty guy. Why do you think it's called 11 stereo? Because I go to 11. I don't stop at 10. Mikey goes to 11. That's why I had to stop drinking and doing drugs, because I go to 11. So I had to stop it all, man. Get my shit together, which I did 24 years ago. But anyways, I still have the ideas, man. And wait till you see. I'll do. Oh God! Oh, this is so. I'm gonna do. I know exactly. I'm not gonna tell you the concept. Oh, it's gonna be so fun to do this shit. How Mikey tests subwoofers? How do I test subwoofers? I don't need them anymore. Not with playback. Not with Fisher and Fisher. But I would test them with my ears. Any speakers you recommend for double duty home theater and 2-channel? Fisher and Fisher, man. That's the speaker that I champion. I don't think there's a better speaker on the planet at the money. Tad is right in there. Those are my two favorites, Tad and Fisher and Fisher. And Tad is the one when you want the absolute finest fit and finish and refined sound. Fisher and Fisher is also very refined. It's just a little more of a Tad might be like the JJ LeCoute, and maybe Fisher and Fisher is like the Rolex. You know, it's tougher, it's stronger. It's like more durable or something like that, you know. Maybe I should come up with another one. Maybe the Fisher and Fisher. I think Rolex is a good comparison. It's still a world-class watch, but it's not the finest in fit and finish. But the value is there. But I don't think there's really a value with Rolex, unfortunately. Funny you brought this up. I was considering replacing my listening chair with a clawfoot tub, for sure, and a little wine holder. Charlene loves your wine, by the way. Steve knows how to pick wine. He's dangerous to the ladies, man, because he picks the good wine and he shows up with bottles of wine. And he pops them with the ladies. Steve's a sly dog, man. And he's good looking. And he's in shape. So I got a tough act to follow. Augustine, did you build the LDR preamp yourself? No, interesting, Charles. You know what this is? I don't even know what it is. RE CD sound better. Mikey, do you think placing Neomags under the top cover of my transport will improve sound? Under the top cover on my transport. And what about using plastic cleaner protectant polish product? It can work. I just don't know enough. Magnets can be used in a lot of places, man. They do change the sound. But on this demagnetizer, it says don't use it anywhere around steel. So I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Don't use it around steel because it's so strong that if it clicks and sticks to steel, you're never getting it off. It's that strong. So you can experiment with magnets. Yeah, experiment with magnets, experiment with crystals. The plastic cleaner, I don't know which one would be a good one. These guys have researched. They will sit and try 18 million different things and destroy their CDs in an attempt to find maybe a household cleaner that does the trick the best. That's why it has no label on it. You don't know what the hell's in it. It might be a household cleaner that they're using. It might not. But the bottom line is it works, and they messed around with it. Now, I'm sure this guy put some things in it. Maybe he put nanoparticles. I have no idea. I don't really care. I just listen to it, and it's $60, so it's not that much. So yeah, I mean, I encourage people to experiment with different things. This hobby just gets far too serious. I also love to have a bit of fun of it. Yeah, for sure, man. Sweet offer on the CD player. For sure it is. What's up, Tribe? What's up? Dan. Dan is our local patent attorney. He's the Tribe patent attorney. Patent and trademark attorney right here. He protects the Tribe IP for all of us. And if anybody messes with it, we sick Dan on him, man. Get him, boy. So anybody needs any trademark or patent advice, talk to Dan. I'll put you in touch. Hello, Dragon. Aloha. He's talking about Dan. Drago. Oh, there it is. Yep. Good evening, Scotty. Sup, Ari. Is an equalizer good to have in a system? Thank you. It can be. Okay, so I see an equalizer as a way to fix stuff the easy way. Okay, you throw in an equalizer, you manipulate the sound, you fix it. You don't have to correct your room. You don't have to do a system matching. You know, it's the easy way out. But many ways it colors the sound, and it can sound, depending on what kind of an EQ it is, it can sound contrived. It can give you this constricted feel or this weird, it's not effortless a lot of times through a EQ. So I don't use EQs. They can come in handy though. So, you know, I have one. It just sits outside my system. And if I need one, I can put it in. Typically, I bought it for my tape machine, because the analog tapes, these things over here, they vary wildly in how they're recorded and all that shit. So an EQ can be really come in handy when you're playing tapes that are actual original recordings. Are you a C cup or a D cup? I'm an A cup, man titty. Watch Jonathan from ONA own up to his drinking problem. Holy shit. Hope the best for him. It's a disease. Wow, that's heavy duty. So he came out and said he's an alcoholic? And is he doing anything about it? Was he drunk? That's pretty heavy duty, man. Hope the best for him. It's a disease. Of course it is. I'm an alcoholic, bro. I don't drink, though. I stopped it 24 years ago. Hopefully he does get help, because, man, that shit'll take your ass down. And it'll ruin your family. It'll ruin your life. It'll ruin your business. It'll ruin everything. You have to stop it. Bathtub video. I know, dude. It was the best, David. So freaking funny. Just hilarious. Hey, Dan. Yummy. I know that does look good. Dan. Teasing you guys with the cookies. Very nice lady. You be nice now. Cookie looks good. Yeah, I know. I got to watch myself. Are you bringing cookies to Cap Audio Fest? I don't think they'd make it, brother. We would have eaten them by the time they show up. I'm going to have Big John in the car. I'm going to have Joe in the car with me, or whoever else. You know, it might be just a group of dudes this time around. So the cookies might be gone. I don't think they'd make it. Hey, Mikey, thanks for being a great host. Hey, Wong. The custom crossover modules are being shipped. I can't wait to hook the Maggies up. See you at Capitol. You know it, brother. Okay, so Wong came and visited me. Super cool guy. We went out for Korean barbecue and had some kick-ass Korean barbecue. That was a badass dinner, Wong, for sure. Wong bought my last reference. Okay, so my reference, which are now up for sale. I haven't made the formal announcement, but my analysis audio, those big black, those big giant 7-foot tall panels are up for sale now. And with the 6 subs and the crossover, everything, man, everything included. Soup to nuts, $20K. $20K, including the speakers, the active and the active crossover, and the passive crossovers that came with it. So Huang bought the new or the old reference, which was Maggie 3.7s that I put. Remember those badass mid ranges I put off to the side? We mounted them on the side. We made, man, that was the most badass project that I think we accomplished. Big John and I did it, and Wong came through, and damn, did he get a good deal. And he's gonna be in heaven once you get those hooked up, Wong. You're gonna be totally in heaven, man. You're gonna really dig it. You'll have to come on and tell us how great it is. Is there weed in the cookies? No, brother. No, there is not. I don't trust edibles, man. They sneak up on your ass. And then you think you got nanobots in your bloodstream. Sound-wise, between your two AGD amplifiers, the stereo and monos, do they sound the same? No. Is there a big difference between them? And if so, what's the difference? There's better stereo separation, and that's it. There's better stereo separation. So AGD is good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I got to tell you though, man, over the time that I've been sitting listening to amps, I keep going back to Class AB. I just can't stay with Class D. Class D sounds perfect. They're too perfect. And you know what's funny is my first AGD buyer is in the Upper Peninsula, and man, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, come on. Anyways, I'm trying to recall a name. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And he bought the AGDs and he returned them and said, I just can't do them. They're too perfect. And I was like, what a crazy thing to say. They're too perfect. Like, how stupid of a comment to say. Like, it doesn't make sense. How could an amp be too perfect for you? I get it now. I get it now. He was way ahead of me. I was so impressed by the fact that Class D could sound that good and that nice. Plus, I was under the ether of the look, which is stunning. And I thought they're cool. And I still love those little Audions. Are just one of the coolest amps. And so where am I going? But I keep going back to Class AB, man. Jeff Roland is my fallback. I keep going back to Roland or audio analog. I got my Rolands coming back now. I'll have another pair of 555s. I sold them before, and then I was hanging out without them, and now I miss them, and so I've got them coming back, and I'll do some more comparisons. You should do a video of all the personal gear that you're selling. I'm sure the tribe would be interested in those gear. I know Juan came and saw everything, man. There's a lot. There is a lot in the bathtub. I know, dude. It's a fun. It's too funny. I'd have to find it. I have the hi-fi test. If the Who live at Leeds Magic Bus doesn't sound live, it's not the system for me. Mine. Everyone who has heard it says, "Holy crap, that sounds like you were there." Yeah, yes, for sure, man. I want it. I want it. I want it. It's cool shit. Omega is the watch that is the value watch. That's true, brother. The Speedmaster, I kind of like the Moon watch. Omega, however, is not my jam, man. It's not my jam. I think I'd rather have a Sin or a IWC if I'm going to go in that area. But I don't know, dude. I've got my eye for some reason. I've got my eye on Breguet and JLC, man. Those two sort of have my attention. But I have to go try them on. I guess it's probably like you guys trying to figure out hi-fi when you can't listen to it. It's like buying a watch that you can't put on. It's like near impossible, man. You got to wear it and see how it feels and looks on your wrist, you know? But yeah, Omega hasn't won me over yet. Oops. Stop with the tease, man. You know it. What's in the CAF Mini exotic system besides Fisher & Fisher SN70 monitors? The double A DAC, so the audio analog DAC, okay, which is the Italian $5,000 DAC. So $5,000 Italian DAC. The M-Labs NS1 $4,500 streamer. The Nat Audio GE70 monoblocks, which are $10,000 single-ended triode monoblock amps, and that is it, right? And then the speakers. That's it. 25 grand right there. Yo, Shane, what is up? Wait till I get over there, brother. We'll do some cool shit for our channels. You know it, buddy. Please post your cookie recipe. Okay, I will, man. I will. I've got it in the other room. I just looked at it. How am I going to post it? I don't know how I'm going to post it. Post it where? I would have to post it maybe like an Instagram or something, but I don't do Instagram or any of that crap. But it is good. And my nickname is Mr. Ed. Uh-oh, I'm not going to ask why. Oh, God. A horse is a horse, of course, Steve. Yeah. Mr. Ed, how goes the speaker build? Mikey, how many tweaks do you think you've tried over the years? I don't know, 100? I know you're over them. Yep. To Charles, no, but I own 2 of them. One from AUM Acoustics and the other from Tortuga. Try one. You'll be pleasantly surprised. By the way, Charles, I got you Ted from South Carolina I got you a streamer today, brother. So you have a Blue Sound streamer. You're going to have a Blue Sound streamer, I think, or it's a Lumen or it's a Blue Sound. You're going to have the Parasound preamp and amp, and you're going to have the Vapor Audio speakers. So you're covered, bro. I got you a sick audio system for free, man. The Tribe did, not me. So let's not put it on me. The Tribe did. Wes Woolworth, Ryan Scott, and Teddy up in Ted Knight up in South Carolina. Or is he in North Carolina? Winston-Salem. Yeah, whatever. I can't remember. Thought the Carolinas. Thoughts on active speakers? Not my jam. I've tried some kick-ass ones. They're not my thing, man. They just they can't pull it off for me. Hi, Mikey. There he is. Look, speak of the devil. There he is. So this is your man, Charles. Charles Knight. Meet Charles from Los Angeles. Charles Harrison. Charles is your donor, buddy. He's your benefactor, Chucky Harrison. Magic shrooms in the cookies. Oh boy, Charles, my design is good. I'm having difficulty setting up reliable manufacturing. Thank you for asking. Yeah, isn't that a trick, man? Yep, drank every day. He's taking psilocybin. He's taking mushrooms and hypnosis. Jesus Christ! How about you try Alcoholics Anonymous, brother? Fuck. That is classic, though. That's classic. Classic. Somebody thinking they know better. That's a classic addict behavior. There's Alcoholics Anonymous that has worked for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people across the world. But he's going to do it better. He's going to take magic mushrooms and hypnosis and try and do it better than fucking Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay, good luck with that, man. Let us know how it works. Whoever buys the CD player should get some cookies. Okay. Why? You want the CD player? We got killer Korean food in Dallas. Yeah, I get the prime short rib, brother. You should see how marbleized it is. In fact, I think I took a picture of it the other day because it's so amazing. Let me see here. Okay, I will show you. I just want you guys to see. I mean, and Wong was there with me. This is. Okay? So you get good Korean food, but do you get short rib that looks like that? Try and get this thing to focus, not on my face. Get out of the picture. Can you get prime rib or short rib that is prime level like that? That is that marbled? You probably don't, because the only time I've ever seen this is Japan and Korea. That, my friend, is some kick-ass shit to throw on the grill. Like, ho, ho, ho. That's what I spoiled Wong with. If you come and you're a client, you come and buy stuff from me, I take you out for one of those dinners here, and I pay for it because I want to spoil y'all. In addition to audio with the food. Jonathan's YouTube videos where he admits all this very personal video. Wow, that takes a lot of strength. I mean, that takes balls to do that, man. He must be in a bad spot. And but if he's doing that, he's probably doing it for a reason, you know, so people will hold him accountable so he can't not do it, right? You do that shit in public like that, boy, you better go sober or you're going to look like a complete powerless dildo. Which, look, I am one of those guys when I do alcohol or certain drugs, you know, so I can't do them in order to, but man, if he's putting it out like that, boy, he's probably, what he's doing, he's burning his bridge. He's burning the back, the trail back. It's he's at his low point where he's like, the only thing I can do is burn my bridge behind me so that I have no form of recourse. Because if he doesn't go sober, he will look like a complete idiot, you know, and it will be bad if he's going public with it, man. You know, you just really, you go to AA and you don't talk about it. You just get better. That's what you do. That's why it's called anonymous. You know, you go there and you just get better. Do you know? But hey, Steve DeHardy, big manufacturing journey you're on. Yes, he is. Mikey, perfect amplifiers should be used in home theater gear. I guess like Class D or something like that. Very, 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 very uncommon for home theater and high-end 2-channel to cross. JLC is paddock level, in my opinion. Yeah, I think other people would agree. Omega, IWC, and Rolex, I would say swim in the same pond. Yes, I mean, they're very solid. I just don't think they have that hand finish shit where the guy comes in and hand finish. Like if you look at the movements, I think at least on Rolex, it looks machine made. It looks like it's laser cut and all that shit. It's not like hand, you know, I mean, you look at some of that JLC, some of the movements on there, man, it's like, holy shit, man. They got in there with like some dude hand engraved and went in there and did some kick-ass shit. It's really cool. Moonwatch is sick. Yeah, it is pretty cool, man. I like, it's cool stuff. And I like it. Like I was just looking at Omega last night, but it's not the brand for me. You know how, and there's no reason. It's a good thing. It's just like Carry Audio is not the brand for me. PS Audio is not the brand for me. And there's no particular other reason than it's not my vibration. So same with Omega, even though it's awesome. There he is, Marty Reynolds. What's up, man? Have you gotten a hold of Shane yet down under? Get a hold of him, man. Levin Stereo, you know it, David. That's it. Omega Dive Master. Yeah, the dive watches are a little too chunky for me. I'm not a big dive watch guy, man. Those things are just too chunky. I'm not a Panerai dude, even though that's a cool watch. I'm just not. I would use a Sin, which is German Special Forces. Like that shit is cool to me because it's not something that you see everywhere. It's not you have to kind of be somewhat in the know for that. It's not like everybody knows about Rolex. Everybody knows about even Panerai, you know. It's just like the common go-to. Even though they're great shit, some of the Rolex that I think some of the I would be embarrassed to tell you what Rolex I think is cool that most people don't think is cool. But holy shit, if you can get yourself a freaking rose gold watch for $4,000, I know which Rolex it is. I own the Omega Seamaster, Planet Ocean, and the Moonwatch. Sweet, man. Good stuff, dude. I know you did, Mikey. Unworthy of such generosity. Thanks, tribe. You know it, man. We'll make sure to do a vid. You're worth it, dude. Look at that. Wes giving you support, man. Right on, Mikey. Yeah, Joey with Cordone. I mean, I got to call you Joey. Soon enough, I'm going to be calling you Joey because with an Italian last name, come on. I don't. AA is super religious, though. It's religious. I don't know that it's super religious. It just, yeah. That's a good point. If you're an atheist, AA. Actually, AA. I think AA says, It's not, AA is not super religious. So I would call super religious like Muslim, okay, or Pentecostal, Baptist, Pentecostal, really. The ones that dance with the snake. That is super religious. Maybe even Catholic might be super religious, but AA you just count on a higher power. Okay, so it just says that which is not you. You are not the one that is in control. There is something else outside of you that is greater than yourself. So it doesn't have to be God. And they say that in AA. It can be the group that is your higher power. It could be nature that's your higher power. It could be many things. But AA is founded on surrender to a higher power, which in itself is good, period, for life. Because your ass is not in control. As much as people like to think I control my own destiny, you really don't. Okay. You can fake yourself into that, and there's a certain amount that you can steer the ship this way or that way. But trust me, life deals you the real reality. But yeah, so I get. I would not agree it's super religious. I would agree that it uses a higher power that just means that which is not yourself. So maybe if that's too much for him, and he still has to think that he is the one in control, so he's going to control it, and he's going to take the mushrooms, and he's going to go see a thing, then you gotta surrender, man. If you don't surrender and admit that your life is powerless, that you are powerless, and that your life has become unmanageable, I don't know how else to do it, brother. Maybe he's found a better way than the millions of people that use AA. I went to AA. That short rib was legit. You know it, Wong. That shit was legit, bro. Was your wife jealous? I never heard about her reaction, man. Wong sent pictures. He said, my wife and I go to get, I said, show her a picture of that prime short rib, because that stuff is not easy to find, man. It is not easy to find. I look for that ever since I had it in Korea. I look for it at every Korean place, and all they end up having is the marinated short rib. And the marinated short rib is a way for you to cover just pedestrian level short rib. You put it in a marinade, and then you can't tell the difference because it doesn't, But when you have prime non-marinated short rib, that tells you everything about the Korean restaurant. You can't do that unless it's high grade beef. So I think we even took Steve there too. Steve DeHardy went with us. Replacing a drug with another drug, it can't be good. No, exactly. Well, I mean, I think you don't use the shrooms every day. You use the shrooms to have a realization, a point, a moment of clarity, a deep insight that you can't normally gain. So you twack yourself with mushrooms, or you twack yourself with, what's the other one, ketamine, or ayahuasca. DMT can do it too. And there's recorded accounts of people taking DMT or ayahuasca and freaking giving up their habits like immediately. You just look at the behavior and you go, it's stupid. I'm acting like a stupid idiot, and you can see it clearly, and then you just don't want to do it anymore. It's like just like natural. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, so who knows? Everybody's on their own path. That short rib was so good. Yeah, Steve DeHardy, I took Steve there too. When one is too much and 100 is not enough, you have a problem. Yeah, exactly. Replacing a drug with a drug is retarded. Well, it's not replacing. He's just using it for a spiritual awakening that he's trying to have. But the fact that he's telling us he needs help. So it's like his video is a cry for help, is what it is. I feel really bad for the guy. He's making an outward a cry for help to his audience, and if I were to give him suggestions, I'd say go to fucking AA and get a sponsor, man, and go through the 12 steps. If you just stop drinking, that does not cure you from alcoholism. You can be a dry drunk. And alcoholism is a symptom of an underlying problem. So the fact that we drink is the symptom, but the problem is still there. Alcoholics Anonymous has a 12-step program that helps you to realize what those problems are, the character defects, remove them, admit to another human being the nature of your wrongs, purge that shit, say I'm sorry, and then do some fellowship. And it works, so why try and invent a new thing? Volvo in Sweden. Since oil-filled quartz professional divers watches have become legendary. Yes, these watches are housed in special submarine steel case made by SUG and Glashuta. Yeah, man. That's sweet, dude. I've got a nice Frank Mueller, which I love. Sweet, dude. What does that look like? Isn't that aren't those the funky ones? I think Frank Mueller is the funky one. I saw something the other day. Holy shit, man. What is this thing called? I can't remember. It's a French brand. It is let's see. It is and look, my buddy's looking out for me. He's trying to put me in the poorhouse is what he's trying to do. It's a Laurent Ferrier. Laurent Ferrier. I'm gonna get my face out of there so you can see these things. That's one of them. That's not really the one. The one that I really liked looked like. I mean, they're sick. Like, where did the one go? I sent him a picture of the one that I thought was some sick shit. And what I'm finding is the more that I look at watches, the more I like the dress one. The more I like the ones without a bunch of shit on them. You know. At first, I liked all the more shit on it, the better. Here it is. Come on, where is this thing? Yeah, this thing. It's pretty cool. You know, but this is like a, $50,000 watch. I'm not quite there, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to put 50 grand on my wrist. It just doesn't make sense, Hey Mike, are you bringing something to Toronto Audio Fest? No, I'm not. I'm not coming there. Spiritual is what it is. Yes, spiritual is what it is. Joe knows. It is. It's spiritual. There you go. So it's about having and that is a really good point, because when we have addiction is in the absence of spirituality. And so we must create a spirituality in order to fill that which we're trying to fill that lack of spirituality with something. And so we pour alcohol down it, or we snort cocaine into it, or whatever, so Joe knows. Historique Corn de Vache 1955. Okay, you're over my head. AA is spiritual, not religious. There you go. Yeah. With AA, anything can be your higher power for support. That's correct. We got to catch up, Martin. You do it, man. What are you guys doing? You're just sitting on your hands, man. Come on. Sin is yes, your sin is cool. Got a few. There you go. So Marty's got some sins. Vacheron Constantine, love those. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not ready for that yet, because I got to graduate to that. I would start with a brigade though. I'm in TNA, but truly respect for those who seek help through AA or whatever means necessary with alcoholism. What's TNA? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. I almost bought the Sin and the oil filled with the oil filled dial. I think I'll go with a Piaget or IWC instead. Yep, there you go. Mushrooms don't work when taken every day. Well, I suppose they stop working after some point. You need a good few days in between if you want a trip. Yeah, I think, this is, I don't know. He's using it for addiction, relief from addiction. Growing up here in Canada at my school, there was a kid we used to call Four Eyes. Later on, he got glasses, and when we called him Eight Eyes, Rodney Dangerfield rules even in death. That's funny. Grand Seiko is a watch no one talks about. Maybe that's a watch for you to look into. I do. Great respect for that. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece, and I have talked about that. Yes. DMT sessions work better than AA. Same with psilocybin. Law needs update on this worldwide. Yeah, I'm a little leery to try DMT. I mean, I suppose I would, but I haven't yet. Frank Mueller watches charge way too much. Eat ETA movements. Okay, yeah, but they look interesting. Isn't that Frank Mueller? The ones that are like, doesn't he make those things that look like Salvador Dali? Isn't that Frank Mueller? In my happiest when I forget about the existence of time. Yeah, that's what these audio systems do, man. You forget about the existence of time. Hey, Mikey, can you recommend a mid-range Jeff Rowland integrated amplifier? There isn't one. It would be the Continuum. Look around for a used Continuum, and that'll be a great one. Grand Seiko amazing watches. Details on the dials are second to none. Yeah, they're beautiful. I realize when tripping on shrooms that time is arbitrary. Yeah, we're not in time is not linear. It is not linear. We are locked into it, but there are ways to escape that. I'm not saying I know how, but yeah, there is yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. I have a Breitling watch. Where is it in the watch pecking order? I don't know. I think they're well made. That is somebody else can answer better. It's an Aviator, I think, or a Chron. I don't know. I think they're good watches. I think it's maybe like along with Tudor is probably the same as Breitling. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Maybe a Tudor. And I don't know. I don't know what else. How to say that. What speakers is on the way? Can't imagine no subs. The Fisher and Fisher 1000.1s, top of the line Fisher and Fisher's 110,000. You wear a watch 50 grand and up in LA, you're basically looking like a wounded deer in the Serengeti to the street hustlers. Not smart. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, the idea is you have it insured. Go ahead, take the fucking thing, man. I'm going to get paid out in insurance. You know, I would never wear a watch like that without insurance. But yeah, I mean, why do you wear that? You only wear that. You don't wear it around the street hustlers. You wear it up on Rodeo, or you wear it up in Beverly Hills. That's where you wear that thing. You go to the Beverly Hills Hotel and, you know, you're in the lounge and you have that thing on when you're trying to bait some, you know, TNA, as you call it. Shane, call. I've sent the number. Let's make a time. Do it, you guys. Thanks, Mikey. Good night, all. Okay, see you, Dan. I'm ready. I'm right behind you. Ayahuasca is for those who really have difficulty quitting the vices. Yes. Breitling, I would say, is above Tudor, below Omega, IWC, Rolex. Okay, there you go. Maybe along with a tag. Is Breitling in there with tag, or is tag with down with Tudor? Go get a Grand Seiko. You'll not be disappointed with its accuracy. I know I wouldn't be disappointed with that. I just, the look. I want something a little bit. I'd have to find one that fits my look. Like to me, it looks like a full dress watch. And I haven't been down with that total look. It's like I need a business shirt with the Grand Seiko. You know what I mean? Good night, Dan. All right, man. It's coming to a close here. Medical mushrooms are not for tripping. They're small microdoses to affect mood, can be great for depression, and don't have the drawbacks of prescriptions. There you go. Tag is down with Tudor. Okay. Okay, Martin, will do. Do it, Shane. Mikey, I'm not the one who is so far away when I felt the snake bite enter my vein. That's a great tune. I love that. Take care, Mike, and we'll chat. Have a good evening. All right, Scotty, I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I will see you guys on Sunday. So thanks. Alcoholism can have a strong genetic component. Yes, it is supposed to. Which could be tied to like depression or something like that. Who knows? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you.